Monsters in the Mist, written by April Park, illustrated by Jinwon Park. One Monday morning, as the sun began to rise, my mum, who was my living alarm clock, gently woke me up. It was time for another school day. As I made my way downstairs for breakfast, I glanced out the window. The morning was filled with a thick, swirling mist, and to my surprise, I saw monsters everywhere. They were on Mr. Benton's driveway, on Sarah Sullivan's sidewalk, and even in Mrs. Donovan's apple tree. Mrs. Donovan was our school counsellor, known for helping kids with their problems. And boy, did I have a big problem now. I dashed downstairs, shouting at the top of my lungs, "Monsters! Monsters everywhere!" My sudden outburst startled my mum, who was in the middle of flipping a pancake. The pancake flew up and stuck to the ceiling. "Don't be so dramatic, dear," she said, as she scraped my pancake off the ceiling. I sat at the breakfast table, my heart still pounding, while my mum calmly read the morning newspaper. Gathering my courage, I dared to look outside again. Just as I did, a whole bus filled with monsters drove by. I told my mum about it, but she just responded, "That's nice, dear." Soon it was time to walk to school. I asked my mum, "Are you sure it's safe to walk to school today?" She zipped up my jacket and assured me, "You'll be okay, dear." But how could I be okay with monsters wandering all around? They were everywhere, walking to and fro, and up and down the streets. As we walked down the road to school, I kept my head down, but I could still see the monsters. There were small ones, tall ones, fat ones, skinny ones, all kinds of ones. First, I saw a dragon. It had shimmering scales and breathed fire. But as I looked closer, I realized it was not a dragon at all, but Fearless Jake from second period PE. Then I spotted a creature with wriggling tentacles dancing in the haze. But as the mist cleared, it turned out to be Susie, her hair in a braid. Next, I saw a creature with wings soaring high in the sky. But as it came closer, I saw it was just Bobby, full of energy and life, who was a morning person and loved Mondays. With each step I took, more and more monsters appeared. But as I approached them, they transformed into children, their faces filled with joy and laughter. My heart swelled with relief and happiness. I realized they were not monsters at all. They were just my friends and neighbors, their shapes distorted by the mist. From that day on, I learned not to let my imagination run wild. And even if I did see monsters, I knew they were just friends in disguise. The end.